Hello, everyone. Today we have a new giveaway, so read carefully the description under the video. Also, we are making a review about this gorgeous game, Bloody Spell. Bloody Spell is an indie action game from the Chinese studio Yilong. Bloody Spell takes clear inspiration from Dark Souls, Nioh, and Ninja Gaiden, in which it even directly compares its hard difficulty to Ninja Gaiden. The majority of the gameplay features hack-and-slash combat in an ancient China setting, with sections separated by puzzle solving and boss battles. The game was designed to feature boss battles at every turn, which eventually made me feel unwell, particularly because I was playing at the highest difficulty level, and the game didn't allow me to take a moment to relax. But I was using the hardest difficulty level only until the Chapter 8. After I felt like this was too much for me and I switched the game on hard mode. But even then, it was quite challenging. The only benefit from it was an extra life. What means, in normal mode, you will gain an extra 2 lives. But to feel game and feel a challenge, I really recommend starting this game with hard mode. Bloody Spell feels like something that tries to combine the elements of different games into one. As for the game itself, Bloody Spell wastes no time and hits the ground by jumping into the action in less than a minute. The action is where Bloody Spell shines brightest. It offers numerous weapons, including swords, dual blade, spear, greatsword, and reinforced knuckle move sets, each of which utilizes a branching 2-button combo system very much like those in Bayonetta and Ninja Gaiden. In a game, you earn ability points by using weapons, and you can use them to unlock new combos and abilities. Each weapon has several combo abilities, what will make your combat intuitive and engaging, but the biggest benefit is that we can use 2 weapons equipped at once, and switching between them makes combos incredibly sleek and stylish. There is even a mystical grappling hook, what you can use to pull yourself into enemies after dodging your way out of madness. Is there a best weapon to use? Yes, for sure. I was using all of them, and each have their own benefits. For sure, most of the time I was using a great sword, because I could use very fast attacks on enemies. But for some bosses, great sword was useless. My second weapon usually was a spear, because it had better range and it was easier to use for most of the bosses. Blades and swords were very fast, and I was using them at the beginning of the game, but later I felt like damage is not enough, because I was on very challenging modes where I was not able to stay in close combat all the time. Same with reinforced knuckles. Sometimes they were good against solo monsters, as they had very fast attack speed, but every person has their own preferences. Also, you can dodge or block attacks, and a well-timed block will parry the enemy. Unfortunately, I am not good at parry, so I was skipping them and using a dodge most of the times. Dodge here is made with no cooldown, so I could fly from one corner to another with a lot of fun. And not only the weapons have in this game, but also equitable items with different rarities like helm, gloves, armor, and boots. They will provide you with the defense, critical defense, and critical chance. Additionally, in the game, we have powers such as slowing down time briefly, unleashing a full-screen attack, or summoning an ally to fight at your side for a short duration. But mainly, I was using only attack ability, as it was very beneficial, and it was using most of my bloodthirst, and there were no benefits to use all of them for it cost. Also, we have a lot passive abilities, which one will increase your health, attack power, defense, or giving the chance to evade attacks automatically when you are low on health. If you are eager to acquire new skills in the game, there are 2 alternatives for you. Either collect gems while playing, or purchase them from the shop. It's important to mention that you can also buy equipment beyond just unlockables. Selling equipment is very beneficial in a game, so don't forget about it. The game offers also a variety of chests. By opening chests in the game, players can not only restore their health and gain bloodthirst, but they can also obtain a variety of items and gems. In addition, be aware that there will be few chests locked and require solving a puzzle game, which can be annoying. And why they were so annoying is because a lot of times we had them before bosses, so each time we died, the saving point was before the chest instead of before, right at the bosses. And that means solve the puzzle again. Another downside of the game was repeatable monsters. At the beginning, it may look all right, but later on, it will start depressing you as not only monsters are the same everywhere, but also bosses. I wish to see more variety, but for a game with 10 hours of gameplay, they could do more. I played the game for 16 hours, but it was only because of the hardest mode where I was dying more than living. When you die in the game, sometimes everything is changing, making the game constantly feel new, fresh, and challenging. In the game, we can also upgrade weapons that require a guessing game where you fill up a container in one shot without overflowing. The biggest downside to this feature was an NPC witch one I found only close to the end game. But maybe because of some secret paths, I was not able to find them. And if we are talking about secret paths, then there will be plenty of them closed. And to unlock them, you have to use the transformation ability, which one was locked until the end of the game. For sure, they were trying to keep players play the game over again, but in this game, we cannot start game over like other Souls games, where we increase our difficulty level. Instead, we can choose each stage at any time we want. So even if you choose game mode, what is too hard for you, then at any time, you can reduce your difficulty level and start a stage from beginning. Another problem for some players may be a language, because in this game, all cutscenes and dialogue are in the Chinese language, but there are not a lot of them, so you do not have to worry. To my surprise, the game has its own achievement system and has different categories. The good thing about it is that the rewards are fixed and some of them are really good, so keep an eye out on them. Visually, a game looks bland and drab with a dash of Chinese style, which isn't bad, because that's what the world of Bloody Spell looks like. Absolute desolation, overrun by evil and demons. From a technical view, the animations look quite good, and there's no doubt there are some fancy-looking attacks, but graphic-wise game looks average, and frames per second was only 60. As for the sound, there's some Chinese voice acting, and the music is okay, but nothing memorable. What you will hear the most will be the sound of you fighting for your dear life. In a game, we also have many other modes that are offered in the base game. Arena mode pits you against a gauntlet of one-on-one encounters with enemies that have skills that resemble yours. Survival mode pits you in a free-for-all where you contend with AI players as well as normal enemies. Priestess Exam is sort of rogue-lite mode, where the enemies you face in each round are completely randomized. You can face either a horde or weaklings or a group of boss battles at any time. Bloody Palace mode serves as a dungeon climb where you try to endure round after round of enemies within the time limit. The modes were quite boring. The only benefit was to learn how to counter each enemy at the right time. Overall game is a beautiful project, and with a lot of patch notes, the game will turn in a fully playable game. However, Yulong Games looks like made only one game, and it is a bloody spell. I was not able to find any information about them and what happened with them. That means this game will remain the same as it is. Also, they were planning to add one more mode, but looks like they did not manage to make it alive. Overall, Bloody Spell is praised for its fast-paced combat system, offering a variety of weapons, combos, and spells that players can utilize to defeat enemies in stylish and dynamic ways. Bloody Spell is often commended for successfully creating an engaging atmosphere that blends elements of Eastern mythology and dark fantasy. The various environments, from ancient temples to eerie forests, contribute to the game's immersive world. The game in question is not well known among players, and from my perspective, it's too brief to justify spending a large sum of money on it. But if it comes at a small cost, this game offers a thrilling adventure where you can dive deep and enjoy the excitement of slashing multiple enemies. Have a good day and good luck with the giveaway. One key, one winner. Also, subscribe for more giveaways and my channel support. Thank you.